Let me paint a picture for you. The year is 2017. I'm deep in the trenches of Overwatch 1, playing every day, loving every second of it. This is the first online shooter I truly got into since Modern Warfare 3, and even with that, it was never to this extent.
Uh-oh.
This game was slowly becoming my life, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. It was fast-paced and chaotic, the movement was on another level with verticality playing into almost all the heroes' movesets, and I was having a blast with my friends, but I wasn't good, not even in the slightest. Every game, I missed shots, I wasn't playing the objective, hell, most of the time I flung myself off the map because I didn't know how to play Genji, and after a while of playing Overwatch, I was kind of just yearning for something new and fresh, and then one day my friend, who we'll just call Danny came to me and was like, hey, I got a game for you to try, and it's this game that came out somewhat close to the launch of Overwatch, but is honestly just the polar opposite in almost every way. While Overwatch got you right into the action with 60 explosives, this game made you slowly plan every step of your attack from a tactical viewpoint, like you were genuinely a covert operator from an undercover mission. So I kind of brushed it off and eventually convinced my parents to let me rent it from Redbox, so I had about 4 days to be convinced of this new game. The first day, I watched a YouTuber named NerdCute play through some of the situations and thought it looked kinda cool.
1, 2. So Brock kicks out at about 2.7 seconds, and I go on a small swearing rampage, so I've decided just to edit that swearing rampage out. It goes on for only about 4 or 5 minutes. Mother was a whore and I'm gonna 6 or 7 minutes.
So I tried it for like half an hour and got bored and went back to Overwatch. The next day, I came back and tried it again and got further into situations, but once again, I just kind of gave up after not too long. But on day 3, I decided to try the multiplayer mode, and I died immediately. And I thought it was stupid, but I kept playing. I don't know why, I wanted to keep going. But I thought I had a chance, so I kept trying and failing and trying until eventually I got a kill. And then 2, and eventually I was getting anywhere up to 3 kills per game. And I just kind of kept playing. And then my friend joined and we started playing T-Hunt and having a blast. But I kept going back to multiplayer and just getting better and better at that mode was so satisfying. And as I kept learning, I kept wanting to play more. Then day 4 came and I had to return the game. With this newfound love of this game I had never heard of before, I now couldn't play it. So I did as any other 15-year-old with no job or car would do. I begged my parents to let me buy it and eventually they let me. And I came home, shoved that disc into my PS4 and played till my eyes hurt. And if you don't know what game I'm talking about by now, I don't even know how you found this video, because that game was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege, otherwise known as R6 if you're cool, is a 5v5 tactical first-person shooter game where the team of attackers made up of multiple unique operators attempt to infiltrate an enemy base to either rescue a hostage, secure a point, or do the only game mode worth playing and defuse a bomb. Very similar to Search and Destroy, a game mode made popular by a tiny little game called Call of Duty. Call of Duty, or COD for the layman, is another first-person shooter, but it's not that tactical. Like, the most played game mode in that is Team Deathmatch, where dude fuckers are just running around blasting everything with a pulse or even random inanimate objects that they just thought were people because they, quote, gave off that vibe. And if you die, you just respawn 10 feet away and do it again. But in Search and or Destroy, your choice, depending on what kind of silly mood you're in, I don't know. You don't get all that bullshit. You got one life, you get one of them, bitch. So use it well and
Do it live!
Your goal is to either defend 2 bombs if you're on defense, or defuse one of the bombs if you're on attack. Sound familiar, gamer boy? It better, because if it doesn't, you have not been paying attention to this video, and that just hurts my feelings. What's more important right now? I'm talking about a video game, damn it, what the hell? This game mode doesn't just have one way of winning though. No. You can also just fucking shoot a gamer boy in the head, point blank rage, and scare him so bad his balls retreat back up to his body, and now he's gotta wait 13 more years to ever feel love again. If you eliminate the entire enemy team, you basically win automatically because, surprise, you only get 1 life, remember? And if there's no one alive on your team, there's no one from stopping you from doing whatever you want. I guess you can do a kickflip if you want. I don't really mind. That might actually kind of be cool. I kind of want to see that. And back to 60 Siege, it's the same premise. So basically, the only thing keeping Siege from identity theft is a little thing called walls. Ever heard of them? Huh? In this game, oh, also I didn't mention CS:GO. It also has the same type of gameplay, kind of. I'm just not mentioning it because I gotta keep the flow of the vid, you know. And I also didn't play enough CS:GO to accurately debunk. Okay, shut up. Just listen to Father's bedtime story quietly, okay? Quietly. If I hear you whispering again, I'm gonna throw this book at your stupid face. Siege has a thing called walls, but not just any walls. Flaccid soft walls. Soft walls. Why are they soft, you ask? Well, what the fuck did I just say about talking, you little shit? These are called soft walls because, no duh, they aren't hard. And the difference between soft walls is that you can shoot bullets through them, you can punch holes in them, you fucking just launch your opponent through them if you want. And these soft walls can actually get hard. They can get a little boner, if you will, you sick little fuck. Defenders can take on those soft walls and put reinforcements onto them and make them hard as a rock cock. And you can't pull a hole in this bad boy. It's made of flex tape and the shit they put like in babies' fists. How do they hold on so hard? But what I didn't tell you is that you can put a little hole in that bad boy. You just need to have a special tool for it. And no, put that away. I didn't mean flaccid. It was a metaphor. Operators like Thermite and Hibana, what the fuck? Operators like Thermite and Hibana have gadgets to allow you to bust holes in these big boys, making them useless, but you thought I wasn't done with you? The defenders can also stop them from doing that by using operators like Cade. How, you ask? Shut your fucking mouth! Each operator in Randy Orton's Candy Emporium has a different gadget, or toy if you want to use the legal term, ranging from all sorts of different things like a gas canister that poisons your opponents or your teammates. You pick, once again, the choice is yours, or a special pair of glasses that takes your foot fetish to a whole new level. There's also another pair of glasses that, get this, makes your vision go blue. And that's all they do. Each of these abilities pair together if you're a coordinated team to make the game much harder for your opponents to win, which is basically the whole point. But they got their gadgets too, so it's even. Anyway, that's the basic premise of this wacky little game, and for 8 years now, the devs have continued to continuously add to the continuously growing roster of continually convoluted cast of characters with cats and concentration. Keep adding stuff, basically. And all that being said, with the knowledge that you have now, because of Youth Pastor Goompty over here, you are now all caught up to understand that just recently, Rainbow Six Siege have just launched the newest season of Rainbow Six Clancy Tom Operation Defreeze, and it's alright, I guess. I mean, first of all, we finally get the ability to lean on consoles, which is a feature that has been wanted so long. This is how top streamer Jinxie reacted to the news.
Leaning without aiming is on Xbox. Give me a penis right now.
So of course, that's a good thing.
I've got 3 words for you. Full controller remapping.
That was 7 words.
And the new operator is actually pretty decent. Not too overpowered, but good enough to make a difference, and now is a very viable pick on the defending side. So with all that being said, it seems like a good season, right? Well, Ubisoft, the team behind Rainbow Six Siege, has a tendency to throw some shit-flavored chocolate into your milkshake as well, because with most good news, Siege fans patiently await the obvious bad news that follows, and this season was no different.
Bro, the reason why Siege is better than Call of Duty is because players have freedom, bro. You can choose how long you want to cook a nade. Removing this is, I'm gonna be honest, this is fucking stupid, bro. That's one of the things that makes Siege different, dude. Why are we
The devs at 69 really want to make this game as realistic as possible, but they also tend to hate when the game is realistic. I mean, like, just look how they treated friendly fire. Rainbow Six Siege was one of the first and only mainline shooters that actually involved the feature friendly fire, which made it possible to shoot your teammate in the head when he reinforces the wall between sites, or accidentally blast some random's kneecap off when you're trying to go for a drone, and in return you get 16 perfectly placed pistol rounds to the skull. And this is not a bug or a glitch, this is a feature intentionally put in by the people who made the game to differentiate it from other games. And it worked. People loved this feature for good and bad reasons, but that's what you get when you let roided up gamers shoot each other. There's gonna be some casualties along the way, and Siege seemingly noticed that, and hey, you guys are shooting each other? Why are you doing that? We didn't put the feature in to shoot each other because we wanted you to shoot each other. Stop that right now! So they rushed to somehow fix this game-breaking thing and added in reverse friendly fire, which makes it so when you do kablamo someone's skull in half, if you try to do it again, all of your teammates suddenly are made of rubber because all those bullets bounce right back into your head instead. And I actually like that feature. If you have a toxic teammate that is just team killing for no reason, they only get to fuck up one person one round, and then they have to shut up after that. But it also allows you to have dumb fun with your friends by turning reverse friendly fire off. But that wasn't all they implemented with the new reputation system, where when you shoot too many teammates, the game is like, hey, fuck you, stop using our features we put in the game, or we're gonna ban you for an hour. And now they're once again reinforcing this rule even more, and what I don't understand is why the fuck they would put this feature in the game if the developers themselves are so absolutely appalled that anyone would ever use it.
Charlotte, why'd you kill that guy?
Motherfucker, he killed himself!
Ubisoft, you were the fucking people who made the feature. Stop scrambling to fix it and either take it out altogether or stop punishing players for playing the game the way you intended when you added it in.
It's why people come to Rainbow Six Siege. When players want to be little pussies and don't want to TK, that's what Call of Duty is for. If you want to TK, let them come to Rainbow Six Siege.
Things like that is what completely take away from the little trust that fans have for this game. And when you do things like make it so you can't cook grenades anymore because apparently the fucking explosive kills people too well, it just makes a feature that most casual fans don't find overpowered and catering towards the professional players because they want to keep this game so relevant in esports till its dying breath, no matter how many new players they have to scare off to do so that they can scrounge up every single dollar from the consumer's wallet, such as the new introduction of this new marketplace, which I'm assuming will just turn into another cash cow where you'll pay real money to get the items you want instead of using the alpha packs, making skins like Black Ice not rare anymore and getting rid of that feeling of happiness you get when you finally pull Jaeger Black Ice.
This marketplace will be available on browser, through PC.
Brothers, what?
Even in this season, one of the biggest bugs I've encountered was the fact that sometimes the game just kicks you out of the ranked lobby and will not let you join back again, which penalizes you and bans you from playing the game even though you did nothing wrong. And when they put out their post about what bugs they're working on, that was nowhere to be seen. All they cared about was the fact that people weren't able to buy the battle pass correctly because that's the only way Ubisoft makes profit off of this broken game, is they refuse to do what the fans actually want and have them at the core front of what they want to improve in this game.
The current state of Siege right now it's in a rough spot right now. I can barely even play the game for my content. Like, servers are super buggy. I could be in a 5-man stack, we'll queue up for a game, and then boom, I'll get a disconnection failure. You know, usually I'll just be like, you know what, there's not much we can really do about it. But now it's like, it's pretty frustrating. I really hope that this is just a bump in the road. Hopefully the cheater situation is toned down a little bit because right now the game is almost unplayable.
They've also gotten rid of fan favorite game mode, Terrorist Hunt, which basically is the training mode that almost every high-ranking player uses to perfect their aim and warm up, and almost every new player uses to figure out how to play the game in the first place. They're completely removing it from existence to make room for this new AI mode that is just awful. It's supposed to be like a realistic style like AI thing, but like, we don't want that. We don't want a map learner, we don't want a fake mode, we want T-Hunt, the most iconic training mode in any shooting game. Some people genuinely only play Siege for T-Hunt, and I'm very aware of this because my girlfriend is one of those players. The fact that now the only mode she's used to and can play regularly because she's not accustomed to shooting games, and Siege is for sure not a friendly game for new players, she's probably just never gonna touch the game again. And that is genuinely just because of one single shitty Ubisoft decision. Now imagine those choices stacking up for years now.
Are you serious?
In 2017, I played this game all year, every week I was on. In 2018, I played for like 9 months out of them, with like mini breaks in between. 2019, maybe like 7. 2020, probably like 8 because of the pandemic. And as time went on, that went down to about 4 months a year. And now I'll come back to check out what's new, but ultimately get pissed off at a dumb decision Ubisoft made, or get bored because all the things I used to love in this game are gone. Because modes aren't the only thing Ubisoft deletes without a second thought, because the biggest case in this dog pile of bad decisions comes from the form of the maps themselves. At launch, Siege didn't have a huge lineup of maps, but as time went on, they became iconic. House, Hereford Base, Plain, okay, not all bangers, but you get it. These maps were so memorable, and because of how destructive the maps were, people learned new strats and continued to get better at each map's learning new ways to love each one. Until eventually, the devs decided the map that wasn't good enough, and they released a rework for one of the most beloved maps in all of Rainbow Six Siege, Hereford Base. And you'd think, because it was such a beloved, good map, they'd be faithful in the rework and just make it a little bit more player-friendly and balanced, right? Right?
I'm having trouble trying to
Ubisoft absolutely fucking massacred this map. To this day, it is one of the most, if not the most, hated maps in the history of this game. In an attempt to make the map more balanced and fair, they just made one of the shittiest maps of all time and they never looked back. No matter how many times the fans complained or begged for Old Hereford, they just sat in silence planning the next, which in this case was House. Arguably the most iconic map ever made in Siege, and now it's just one of those maps you groan at when you get it on quick play, when you used to celebrate it because it was so fun. And they continue to do so with the newest one being Consulate. And yes, some of these reworks are good, like Clubhouse or Cafe, but those maps are very few in between this swimming pool of shit. They refuse to let anyone even see the old maps, even in quick play where they'd be perfectly slotted in with a more casual audience. But no, instead of putting in the work to make this game a masterpiece, they drive that stick of greed further and further, and I think I've had it. This reveal was the first time I've ever looked at Siege and said, wow, is this it? Is this the last season that I ever give a shit about this game? With the removal of T-Hunt, I can no longer play with my girlfriend, which was one of the most enjoyable parts of this game for me, and with the map's reworks slowly making me hate every single map I play on, the gameplay itself is starting to struggle to handle the weight of holding this entire game on its back. And I truly believe that the next season, Year 9, Season 1, it might just be the final nail in the coffin for me that makes me retire from this game once and for all. And that really, really fucking sucks because I love this game. It's literally my 6th favorite game of all time. That's not even a bit. I calculated all that shit down and which maybe a video will come later. Shut up, I don't think about it. I have loved this game for a better part of a decade, and to slowly see it crumble in on itself just makes me sad, and it makes me feel like all those years may have just been wasted on something that killed itself more than any other game or franchise ever could. This game continues to do more harm than good on itself, pushing fans away each and every season, and we can't be the only ones feeling this way, right? If we are, this video is just one last final cry for help, because me and Splum both are hoping for better, realizing that this train may have just left the station long ago, and the chances for it to come back are very slim to none. Thank you all for watching this video. If you got this far, it means a lot to me. The support on this channel has been insane, and we're extremely happy that we're now able to be monetized. We have memberships, we have a Patreon, all of those will be in the description. Our links for socials will be in the description too, but just like, thank you for watching this video and sharing it and liking it, commenting it, just interacting with us. We never thought we'd get this far, and we are so happy that we get this opportunity to have our voice be heard by so many people. And we are only going to be striving to do bigger and better things, like something we're planning for next year that will be revealed slowly as time goes on. But yeah, thank you all so much for just being with us on this journey and allowing us to just achieve our dreams. It means the world to us, and we hope you stick around for more. It's been your boy, the unpopped popcorn kernel at the bottom of your bag, and I'll see you next time.